ho, ho.
We're back again.
Ooh, we are back yet again. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you, but
Hopefully a good thing.
yeah, welcome to another episode of the B&B podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in to tonight's episode.
Yeah, we got some good stuff in store for you guys tonight.
Yeah, we did a little homework. We came prepared-ish. But it's been a nice day. It's been pretty gloomy in central Wisconsin for the past week. A lot of rain and gray clouds. But today,
Sun came out for a little bit. We took their chance to go out discing.
yeah,
Threw a quick 9 holes, and then here we are.
threw some frisbee golf, got some fresh air before we come down here into the garage and speak.
Yes.
We got some exciting topics today, do we not, Sean?
We do, actually.
We're going to return with our song of the week, or song of the episode. We're coming back at you with that. But we want to do a little icebreaker for this episode. And we got some questions. We got a couple of would you rather questions, maybe a chance to get a look into the psyche of Sean and I.
All right. It's going to be an interesting look into the psyche,
Okay,
to say the least.
we're both going to answer the question, but we'll take turns reading them off. So the first one is, would you rather shit on someone or have someone shit on you?
Oh,
It's a poo-poo question, Sean.
well, I guess I'll start off with a poo-poo answer. I think I'd rather shit on someone. I don't know if I could deal with that being on me.
I feel like this is a rhetorical question.
Yeah, really.
I think everyone would say they'd rather shit on someone else than be shat on.
And there's going to be one of those weird fools who's like, oh, I'd rather get shit on.
Oh yeah, then you got the fetish. You got the fetish guys that are like, dude, I pay hookers to take beefy shits on my chest on the daily. At the fucking Motel 6 or wherever. Econo Lodge, that's where that happens.
Yep.
This is another one that relates to excrement.
Yeah.
Because we're messed up.
Different kind of excrement this time. Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat?
See, I wish I had more context with this question. I wish it was specific. Like, is it my own piss? Is it someone else's piss? Whose piss? Is it a hot girl's piss?
It's just a conglomeration of all the piss.
It's just you're saying this is a melting pot of diverse piss and sweat?
Yep.
But I have to choose between 2 liters of piss or sweat. You know, I think I'd honestly rather drink the piss. I mean,
I have to agree with you there, because, like
Bear Grylls does it. He's drank his piss through, like, snake skin.
he's alive.
He's alive. And just sweat, that just sounds dirtier. It sounds like that would taste worse.
Somehow it's dirtier.
Somehow
But
it's
it is,
dirtier. So I'm going to lock in my answer with I'd rather drink 2 liters of piss. Drop in the comments what you'd rather do and why. Next question. Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck? And why, Sean?
I don't know. I think you would probably go with the giraffe neck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, why would you pick the giraffe neck? What would that allow you to do as opposed to a nice beefy elephant trunk?
Well, I mean, with an elephant trunk, you can grab things. But
I know what you're thinking. I know it's also suction on those elephant trunks too. That's what you're thinking.
it's not what I'm thinking.
Yeah. You just want to pick up peanuts and other nuts.
No, but with the giraffe neck, you can look over things. So I would never feel short again.
You could spy on your
Not that I
neighbor.
ever really feel short.
Yeah,
but
like of course the tall guy that's like 6'2" says, "I'll pick the giraffe neck. I need to be taller."
6'3", excuse me.
6'3". He just wants the giraffe neck so we can look down at short people and passively judge them with his height.
I mean, then I could run around fighting like a giraffe, just run around just whacking people. Just
That's true. Combat is not something I took into consideration. I'm gonna go with elephant trunk. So enough said.
Or is it just enough said?
Well, I got big ears, and when I was little, like my head grew into my ears, but when I was little, they were fucking huge, right?
They were.
Yeah, they were. Which is why I like grew my hair out to cover them, but now I don't care. So yeah, I'd say elephant trunk, because then I would just get a role in a Disney movie, the live-action Dumbo.
There you go.
And make a career being a fucking elephant, man.
It's good to know you have goals.
Yeah, I got goals.
All right, we got another one here. This one's a rough one.
Yeah.
Would you rather eat poison ivy or a handful of wasps?
So when they say eat poison ivy, it's like the plant. Like eat the plant itself. Oh God. Oh.
So you had like the itchiness going on.
Yeah, I mean,
in there.
Are these wasps live? I'm assuming they are.
If the dead wasps still have stingers, they can still sting though.
That's true.
You know.
I want to assume they're alive in this question.
Okay.
How difficult would that be? Like a handful? Like they'd be flying around. Like what would keep them in your hand?
Their pure force of rage at your hand for holding them.
Yeah,
like
just
stabbing your hand with their stingers.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to say, fuck.
I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
Yeah, this is just a straight. That's just a straight pass. Like we have to drink for that.
Yeah,
like,
those are both fucked up.
I got poison ivy when I was like 14. I was taking a poop off of a red radio flyer wagon, and I was having my buddy Zach anchor down one side, like he was sitting on it, so I could lean off the other, stick my ass off the other side, and shit. And
you were 14.
Yeah, I was like 14. I had to go really bad, and I didn't want to make it back to the house. But he ends up laughing and losing his stance on the wagon, and I fell backwards, and my ass landed into a patch of poison ivy.
Oh no.
And it got all over my ball sack, my asshole, my dick, my hands. It got all along my waistline where like my belt sits.
Oh.
It traveled everywhere, man. It was horrible. So yeah, I'm gonna take a hard pass on that.
Brutal.
Yeah, hard pass on that question. All right, awesome.
There we go. On to the good stuff.
We made it through the Would You Rather. We took it from some college website, Would You Rathers. It's nice. Let's do beer of the week, shall we? Since they've been sitting here. For this week, we have, out of New Glarus, Wisconsin, if not one of the most classic beers from out-of-staters, and just a good drink, Spotted Cow.
Only found in Wisconsin.
It is only found in Wisconsin, and yeah. I used to work at a bar, and people from Texas would come up and be like, "You got that Spotted Cow? That stuff's real good." It's like, yeah, it's not bad, man. So that's our beer of the week. We got a variety pack, so throughout the episode, we will be cycling through a multitude of beers
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a few beers to cover. Considering one of our episodes, we just had PBRs.
Yeah, we got to make up for that.
We got to make up for just the PBR situation we had.
Exactly.
So, I've got a couple of. Well, I got this interview that I really want to show you guys here. It was from the latest UFC 229 fight with Derek Lewis, and it's the post-fight interview where Joe Rogan interviews him, and it's great. First time Sean is hearing this. Maybe it's the first time you're hearing this. If it's bad quality on the screen here, check it out on YouTube.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why don't you take your pants off? My balls was hot. I understand. Listen, man, what you just did was absolutely phenomenal. That was an incredible comeback victory, and it shows one of the reasons why people love to watch you fight, that you can put it all to bed with one shot.
I told them boys, I got number heart. You know, they keep underestimating me. I ain't all that technical and all that, but I'm getting there.
No one will question your heart, sir, after this. This is a come-from-behind knockout, the likes that we haven't seen in a long time. And you were looking for that big haymaker all night. You found it in the last minute of the fight.
I forgot a few hours before the fight, Donald Trump called me and told me I got knocked this Russian out because they're making him look bad on the news. You know, him and Putin. They talking about USA and his whole.
Listen, Derek, you came into this fight the number 2 contender with that knockout. You're absolutely one of the top guys in line for a shot at the title next. So tell us what you think about that.
I need to sit my black ass down and do some more cardio. What you talking about right now? I ain't trying to fight for no title right now. I'm no gas tank like that.
Listen, Derek, you're one of the most entertaining guys in the sport. Congratulations on an amazing victory, and thank you very much for a really, really entertaining fight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. At the end, this for some reason this version didn't have like the last part of the interview, but he goes, "I'm gonna have to come onto your show and smoke some weed with you real soon," and Joe's like, "Anytime, sir, anytime." But I just like his opening response. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, referee.
we gotta find it. He goes, my balls is hot. Like, how do you
Ladies
feel?
and gentlemen,
What?
referee Herb Dean
You know what? My
has called
balls
a
is
stop
hot.
to this contest at 4 minutes, 49 seconds of the third.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it here.
Why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
Yes. Yes. We got to make a sound bite out of that. My balls was hot. So, I don't know, man. It was just a funny clip, funny interview. I thought.
I love it. That's great.
I recommend anyone check it out. The Derek Lewis post-fight interview. It's short, but it's funny. My balls was hot. I'm gonna use that just whenever. My balls was hot.
Why'd you do that?
My balls were hot, man. Like, you never not have hot balls, and you just never have hot balls. What? That's it. You just don't.
Never.
Okay. Yeah, we got another video here. Another song we're gonna be playing. It's
Ooh.
yeah. Prepare for this. This is Our Last Night. They do like covers of famous songs and stuff, and they had the Baha Men join with their song "Who Let the Dogs Out," which I remember this song from like my mid 2000s childhood, like early 2000s. And we'll let you be the judge.
I don't know how this
Who
goes
let
down.
the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? But the party was nice, the party was bumping. Yippee-yi-yo, and everybody hopping a ball. Yippee-yi-yo, until the fellas stopped the name calling. Yippee-yi-yo, and the girls responded to call. I hear a woman shout out, who let the dogs out?
What do you think, Sean? Is it as terrible as you imagined?
Yeah.
Oh man, like just to think these Baja Men like actually had to fly in or drive wherever they're coming from. They planned this whole thing out and they actually played their cover into like a metal version.
It really doesn't work with the metalcore vocals.
No, it really doesn't. This became somewhat of a meme in the metal community online, and everyone's like, no, like I don't want to be on this planet anymore. Why does this have to happen?
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, just thought I'd show you that.
Alright, now I know not to click on that thumbnail when it pops up on my YouTube.
Yeah, no. So we say no to the Baja Men. That's a hard pass. My balls were too hot for that one. It's not happening today, is it?
Not at all.
Awesome. All right, next topic of discussion today is going to be into the musical realm. In specific, Fit for a King, their new album, Dark Skies. It's great. I've
You haven't
listened.
heard it yet? Take a peep.
Yeah, it's called Dark
It's
Skies. Solid State Records. You can find that album on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you illegally download or stream your music. It's there. Check it out. It dropped, I think, was like a month ago or something.
Yeah,
sometime-
just about a month ago.
Yeah.
Beginning of September, I think.
Yeah, it was
something
like,
that.
I don't know.
And
Fact check that one, somebody, but it was a great album. I've listened to it probably 10 or 15 times all the way through.
oh, it's fantastic.
And we pulled some quotes from the band themselves off their website, and this one says, Dark Skies is Fit for a King's evocative declaration of a hard-won victory. This album is far from happy. It's about personal struggles, explains singer Ryan Kirby. Touches on many subjects relevant to all of our daily lives. And I will agree, it is far from happy. It's almost some of their more angsty, angry work yet.
Oh, definitely. And it's also some of their more relatable work that they've put out.
Yeah, it's very heavy topics they speak about. The subject matter, hits close to home. And it's one of those bands that isn't really following that flow and trend of going to like the more poppier side of things and like less screaming, less breakdowns, trying to be more experimental.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, they're holding true. They're like, we like breakdowns, we like heavy music, we like long screams, we like catchy hooks. And they found the formula that doesn't get repetitive, and they do it well. Their last album, Death Grip, great album, has very similar vibes to Dark Skies, but I feel like Dark Skies is a little bit more evolved. Also in the sense that Ryan O'Leary, the bassist, was the primary vocalist on the previous albums. for singing at least.
And
Ryan took
Kirby
over. Yeah.
is the main singer now, which is really cool because before when he sang, like his voice wasn't nearly as strong as the bassist's voice, and now he's just really belting out on this album, and I don't know, it just hits really hard and it hits home. And if you've ever gone through some depressive shit, like you can really relate to this, like the lyricism on this album.
Yeah, not only the lyricism, the outstanding vocals from Ryan Kirby. It's a very melodic and catchy album. Makes you want to go do shit. It gives me energy. Makes me like, I've ran some cardio. I've ran a few miles to this. Pump some weights to this shit. Like, it's good.
Listen to it on my walk to work in the morning. Get a little pumped up before a shift so I can do some things.
Absolutely. And another thing we have to mention is it's impressive how Ryan can switch between his flawless screams to like amazing singing. That is not easy to do, and he does it quite well. Apologize for anyone watching this right now if we're just like fixated on the screen, but we're reading quotes and notes. If those of you are just listening to this, then it's fine, and never mind. Another review from Dark Skies album says, like trailblazing metalcore giants Under Oath and As I Like Dying before them, Fit for a King skillfully mine the varying extremes of this music, building a catalog that sees them at home on tours with hard rock and deathcore bands. Which is something I like about this band, is they will fit in with the fans of more like the heavier side of rock and more classic metal, but also for those heavy deathcore, I want breakdowns, I want chugs, I want lows, I want highs.
Holds up with that too.
It holds up with both ends of the spectrum, and it's one of the satisfying things, and I think what sets them apart as a band in the metalcore genre, which can seem like quite a diluted scene with a lot of repetition and just formulaic, predictable crap that
they can
records
have heavy songs that flow into more softer melodic songs, and then go right back up to the heaviness and not miss a beat. You wouldn't even really notice it. Like, it's just Fit for a King.
Yeah, it keeps your interest throughout the album. There's a lot of diversity. They slow it down, they speed it back up.
There's no choppiness between the heavy songs, the fast songs, the slow songs, the lighter songs. Like it flows beautifully. Oh,
it absolutely does. We're gonna play a little bit of Sean's favorite song off that album.
Yeah, this is my song of the week. Fit for a King, Dark Skies. This one's called Anthem of the Defeated. It's one of their heavier hitters.
Check it out.
It keeps my heart beating, hopeless. There's no end in sight. If I don't fix my life, I could die tonight.
It's honestly it's a great album. It made it into our discussion today because at first I was a little skeptical. I'm like, this kind of sounds like another album.
The singles, it kind of sounded. They only released the heavy singles, really, like Price of Agony and Tower of Pain.
Yeah,
It sounded more like traditional Fit for a King with the singles. Then you listen to it through, and then listen to it through again. It's like there's so much more diversity to it.
They really hashed out that aggressive angst. Like I said, it's far from a happy album, and it really does a good job of showcasing like the darker elements that lives inside of all of us, and just the way they play their music and the way they have a way of connecting with fans while staying true to themselves is awesome. Hats off to you, Fit for a King. Hell yeah. I know another band you wanted to mention today, Sean. What was that?
The band I really wanted to mention today was The Devil Wears Prada. Because currently they're on their With Roots Above and Branches Below 10-year anniversary tour. And I don't know, those guys have been a pretty big part of my journey into the metal community, I guess. And the first I heard of them was their EP Plagues, and I really enjoyed that. But then when this album came out, I went out and bought it on CD when it came out. Like, it's freaking amazing. And I don't know, like, they're heavy, they're soft, they're melodic, they're slamming, they just cover everything. And like now with their 10-year anniversary of that, they've become giants in the community. And the fact that they still have such a huge following that want to like go to that anniversary show, because a lot more people than me really liked that album, got into it.
Yeah, so they've been around for like 12 years now, something like that. So I never got into The Devil Wears Prada, but recently I watched this Audio Tree live session a week or two ago, and it got me into him, and I was like, man, I like his vocals.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're interesting. He's got like a voice in his scream. It's like a weird, like he's got a good control of his pitch with his scream.
Like the brutal deathcore screams, but with a yell attached to it.
It's raspy yell, kind of powerful, a lot of emotion in it. Is there any song you want to play by Devil Wears Prada that'll, for anyone that's never heard them before, maybe it's a good introduction
song? Capture their sound.
Yeah,
I would go with a song off of this, with Roots Above and Branches Below album, called probably their most popular one off the song.
Planet A?
Just get them in there. Danger Wild Man.
Danger Wild Man.
I don't know if this is their most popular song, but definitely off of this album. I think this was their first single off of it.
9 years ago, this was released.
Yep.
We'll keep it kind of low, just so we can still talk over it.
They kind of gented before gent was a thing.
Yeah, they gented before gent. They groove before groove. So we got Sean Quirk. Was this a band of the week? The Devil Wears Prada, just because of the relevance of their tour with Roots Above, Branches Below, 10-year anniversary tour. If you're a fan of the band, keep an eye out for that. Check out their social media. You will find their tour dates. They're coming to a city near you.
Their 10-year tour is alongside Fit for a King.
Oh!
So
was that planned, or is that just a clever segue?
I just thought of that.
I just thought of that too. That's good. Yeah, they were actually at the rave on Saturday, the 7th? October 7th. Yeah, this month. I didn't get a chance to make it. I tried going to the rave one day prior, on the 5th, to see Trophy Eyes and Neck Deep, but my alternator in my car died about 10 minutes out of my hometown here.
At least you weren't an hour away.
At least I wasn't, yeah. Trophy Eyes, you ever elusive band, I will watch you someday. I will find you, and I will watch you live.
Good luck to you, man.
God darn it.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
You wanna hook it up with another beer, Sean? I seem to have finished mine.
Yeah, I will grab a random one for you, sir.
Sounds good.
We got a good old Totally Naked.
Totally Naked, the next beer. It's another New Glarus, clearly all of these are. This one is a little bit lighter than the Spotted Cow. Still pretty smooth, but it's still hearty enough.
Yeah.
It's hearty for a beer.
Not quite a stout hearty, though.
Not quite stout hearty, but... our next topic on B&B Podcast, let's keep it in the music realm. Let's keep that going. I would like to talk a little bit about the story so far, and just their role and their inspiration for like a lot of the pop punk bands you hear today. They were one of the OG pop punk bands that when they came out, people were like, what is this sound? Like, it's got that aggressive kind of punk nature stemming from the mid to late 90s, but evolved into this melodic sound with catchy flowing guitar riffs and little punchy breakdowns. And they have their new album Proper Dose, which just dropped a few weeks ago, and I gave it a couple listens through, and my first reaction is it's really good. It's a solid it's a solid album from the story so far. I mean, I want to say it's what you'd expect. I wasn't blown away, but I wasn't disappointed. It was melodic, and it was, shorter songs, but, pop punk songs tend to be on the shorter side.
Yeah, it's just shorter, energetic songs that really get you going.
Yeah. I definitely recommend checking out Proper Dose.
How long have they been around for?
Story so far has been like
15 years?
Oh man, not 15
Not
years.
15.
It's probably closer to about like 10.
10?
Yeah, I'd say 10 years. A lot of the bands we listen to, like in this metalcore or like this scene, it's a blanket term. It's probably about 10 years. 10 years old.
That's wild. That just made me think of a thing like the scene kids.
Yeah.
Like, this is the scene now.
Yeah.
I'm like, no more of those emo flips and shit.
Yeah, we don't got black bangs and fringes and skinny purple jeans anymore.
Oh, I remember that.
I was guilty of that. I was guilty as charged. But one thing about pop punk that people don't really expect is how intense the live shows can actually get. Like when we're metal boys, so we're used to like the open this fucking pit up, circle pit, two-step. But bro, pop punk shows, they throw down. When I saw Neck Deep, which was supported by Have Mercy, great band, Cruel Hand, kind of more of a hardcore, out of place on that lineup.
I've listened to them before.
Cruel Hand?
Yeah,
they're kind of, I'm not a huge fan.
like
They're really old school, hardcore style.
Cool.
But yeah, they're the kind of the oddball on that lineup. But it was Have Mercy, which is like emo straight up. Cruel Hand, hardcore. Real Friends, obviously just pop punk, emo, and then Neck Deep. Took my buddy Josh there and my friend Danny, and they didn't know what to expect. They knew like, oh, we're gonna cry to Real Friends because that's what we do. Because it's a sad band and we're struggling youth, and we relate so much because they're good at that. That's their niche. But when Neck Deep came out, man, whoo, that crowd turned into something else.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was
that would be fun. Neck Deep is. They're so energetic.
Yeah,
like,
the energy in that room was electric. You couldn't stand anywhere on the floor. You actually in the venue to see them was constant movement and shoving. The whole place was a mosh pit. I got to crowd surf and I got to knuckle Ben Barlow, the singer of Neck Deep.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That was a great moment. But yeah, not a lot of people understand that pop punk goes hard, man. The fans are huge fans.
Like the poppy aspect is what most people can get into, get along with, relate to, but then they definitely have that punk that everybody goes hard for it.
Singing about getting the hell out of your hometown
And eating pizza.
And how life is so hard. I mean, those are just sometimes generic subjects, but
Yeah.
pop punk has evolved into something different in the last few years.
I definitely got into it more in the last year than I have been ever,
Yeah.
which is thanks to you, but I've been listening to Neck Deep a lot, and I never really, because I was always like into the deathcore aspect of things, you know?
Yeah, you're like, I like some heavy shit, man.
And like, I never liked pop punk because of that, because I was like, oh, it's not that heavy, and like, why would I listen to this? But now that I appreciate music more, rather than looking for one aspect that I like and then just finding bands that are that,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's a nice variety. It's a different flavor of music, and it can kind of break up the monotony of listening to chugs all day and breakdowns over and over. Like I said, like I think music is great in various situations. Like every moment has a mood.
True.
That fits a certain kind of music. Like when we were out there discing today, man, and the sun was shining. I could hear some classic. Wouldn't it be nice if I could wake up?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's a song from 50 First Dates. That's like the classic song. Like that. Like that's just an example.
Now I think about it, that would be a really good song for today.
What would be the song of the moment right now?
Song of the moment right now? Oh, geez. We're talking about pop punk, so.
Me So Horny. Me So Horny. Maybe after a few more Totally Nakeds. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Speaking of which, I gotta find me one of those.
Yeah. But pop punk for me, man, like I started listening to that. I can remember I was like 19, 20 years old. It was after my first real breakup with my first girlfriend. I was with her for like 2.5, 3 years, and then I was a sad boy, man. I was real hurt after that. I was so naive, and I opened my heart. I didn't really understand struggle then either, because I had a pretty smooth childhood, not gonna lie. And I was just like, it rocked my world. And then I started listening to Neck Deep first, and then Real Friends. Story So Far you got pulled into the mix, and Have Mercy. What other bands? State Champs.
State Champs, yeah, definitely.
State Champs is a great band too. They're one of the pop punk bands that are starting to bring it more into the pop realm rather than the punk.
Definitely. Would you group like Chunk No Captain Chunk in with that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say they're in the same kind of genre, for sure, in the same genre.
I think they delve into a little bit heavier stuff.
A little more, yeah. This will get into more of the scream elements, a little bit more chuggy, heavy stuff. I actually saw them live in Madison at the Loft years ago. Saw them with Upon This Dawning, which is not a band no longer.
I remember them. They were good.
For All Those Sleeping, and City Lights. City Lights was another great one.
That was more pop punk, right? Was it? No,
Straight up, yeah. City Lights, it was literally straight up pop punk. But yeah, the reason I really got into that and latched on to pop punk was because it was so damn relatable when anyone's going through some tough shit, especially some like girl troubles or whatever. But it did help me pull me out of a dark place and give me a fresh perspective that there's probably hope. So that's where the respect I have for pop punk remains to this day.
Yeah, it's always cool when a type of music can get you through something, because then it always sticks with you. You're never not gonna like it anymore. You know, like you're never gonna fizzle out with that kind of music.
No, it reminds you of a memory. It reminds you of a time and a place where you were in a different spot emotionally or mentally. And it's nostalgic in that sense. When I listen to a song that I discovered years ago, I'm like, man, it shows me how much I've grown and progressed, and it's nice.
Definitely.
It really is nice, man. Wow, getting deep. We're getting deep, Sean.
It happens.
It does.
One last thing here for you guys today. Me and Brian both were big fans of After the Burial. We've been listening to them for quite a while.
Genty.
Bump a dump bump. That's about their sound, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
okay, I'm done.
But they're great, and actually just read an article and watched an interview today with the After the Burial guitarist that said that they are coming out with a new album very shortly. They finished recording everything. It's all completed. They just got to do the marketing aspect for it. But they are on tour right now, so they have the album. They're waiting on the marketing till they're done with the tour, and then they can actually put their full attention to that. But I don't know, I thought I'd mention it because I love After the Burial, and they have a new single coming out this winter, and they also said that it's not going to sound like any of their other albums. It's going to have its own unique sound, which is really exciting because, I mean, all their albums have had a very unique sound, but still inherently After the Burial. You know, like Dig Deep sounded different than A Wolf Amongst Ravens, and I'm just excited to see where they're going to go from here. And the guitarist in that interview did say, and I quote, "It's going to be heavy as fuck."
Beep.
Which is always
Don't you mean
good.
heavy as beep?
Yeah. We can edit that out in the back.
No, we're not editing any swear words out. If we curse, we curse. The world's a cruel place. It's harsh. And we're just trying to be real with you.
Yeah, and real people swear.
Real people swear because swearing is cool, and swearing makes you look cool. It makes you smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, only cool people swear.
Only
And
cool people smoke cigarettes. Smoke cigarettes, drink strawberry fucking milkshakes. That's what they did in the 50s, and that was like cool. You could smoke cigarettes
That's very true.
in the milkshake shop.
You could go into a store, sandwich shop, they'd be making your sandwich and smoking a cigarette while they're making it.
Exactly. You could have an unholy amount of grease slick through your hair so much as you could hit a slip and slide, a dry slip and slide, head first,
And slide it all
provide
the
enough
way.
of a slime trail with your slide for everyone else behind you to slide. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It does. You just got to add a leather jacket in there and we're good.
This leather slide, yeah, that'd be slippery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See the greasers, got the greased hair, leather jacket, slip and slide.
What if you just like greased up a bunch of leather jackets and then laid them down flat like a slip and slide? Would that work?
Probably.
What if you got it caught on a zipper though?
Then you'd be fucked, dude.
Yeah, you would. Totally.
If it was just a random piece of skin that got caught, it'd be like whatever. But if it's the pieces of skin that traditionally get caught in zippers, not gonna be good. Not gonna be good.
What traditional area of skin might you be talking about, Sean?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
He's talking about the leathery coin purse, the Sacagawea coin storage unit, known as
the Balsic.
The Balsic, or in layman's terms, the ball sack. And on that note, thank you so much for tuning in to another Ramble Damble Damble from the B&B Podcast Boys, Brian and
Sean.
You know, I don't know why I stopped there. I could have just said your name, but I feel like you want that self-identity. Like, you could say your own name. I'm not trying to suggest you can't say your own name.
All right, well, next time I'm going to say your name and you're going to deal with it.
Only if it's in third person. Does that sound good? Does that sound
bad? I
bad?
have to say your name in third person?
You're right. But thanks again, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, comment below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, let us have it. We want to hear
Put
it.
them in the comments section.
Drop it in. And stay tuned. We're going to be having some guests on the show probably in the next episode.
Soon. Yeah.
Yeah, real soon. So thank you, and Yando.